You think this is just another day in your life? It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you today. It's a gift. It's the only gift that you have right now. And the only appropriate response is gratefulness. If you learn to respond as if it were the first day in your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. Begin by opening your eyes and be surprised that you have eyes you can open. That incredible array of colors that is constantly offered to us for pure enjoyment. Look at the sky. We so rarely look at the sky. We so rarely note how different it is from moment to moment with clouds coming and going. Open your eyes, look at that. Look at the faces of people whom you meet. Each one has an incredible story behind their face. Not only their own story, but the story of their ancestors. All that life from generations and from so many places all over the world flows together and meets you here like a life-giving water if you only open your heart and drink. Open your heart to the incredible gifts that civilization gives to us. You flip a switch and there is electric light. Turn a faucet and there is warm water and cold water and drinkable water. A gift that millions and millions in the world will never experience. And so I wish you that you will open your heart to all these blessings and let them flow through you. That everyone whom you will meet on this day will be blessed by you. Just by your presence. Let the gratefulness overflow into blessing all around you. And then it will really be a good day.
Oof.
It's a great day to be grateful.
Yeah, it sure is. I just, what came to my mind was, What if right now was enough?
Yeah, and the interesting thing is I think right now is enough, you know. We are the ones who make right now not enough. There are so many incredible moments, like moments in that video. One of the most profound moments, I think, is where he says, "Be surprised you have eyes you can open." What if we woke up? What if? What if we woke up every morning and we were just surprised? Not only that we had eyes, but that we woke up. What if we began our day by just being surprised? I think when we wake up like that, we can't help but experience gratitude. And that's really what I think this is all about. Brother David's inviting us to experience everything. Maybe almost like the first time, like with childlike eyes. You and I have had many conversations about water. Oh my gosh. And then he talked about the water, right? And how many people across the world, across the globe, not only don't have it now, but will never have it. Never.
They'll never experience turning on a tap, feeling hot and
No.
cold, and not worrying about impurities.
Yes. He made that clear distinction too. Not only is there cold water and warm water, but drinkable water. You know, and Charity Water is a great example of an organization that's trying to change that. But my goodness, their reach can only go so far. You know, there's still going to be corners of the world where they never experience what we take for granted every day.
Yeah. The first, we're going to hopefully view this video a couple weeks from now and do it again. But watching it again, the first thing that really came to my mind was seeing the cityscape looking up at the sky. And, I was fortunate enough a couple nights to go with my wife down to this lantern festival. And we got there early and we're laying on a blanket, just looking up and actually appreciating how much, the coloration change, the sun, the clouds, in the sky, which happens every day to some extent. But normally we're all down here.
We're so busy, right?
Are we even more down here? Where we don't see the little beauty that's just right above our heads. And the amazing thing about the beauty is even when it's raining, it can be beautiful. There's imagery. A thunderstorm can be amazingly beautiful. A cloudy sky can be beautiful.
There's an image in the video, as a matter of fact, where someone's walking, right? You can see the thunder and the lightning off in the distance, and that's a pretty powerful image. You remind me with what you just shared about you and Rocio and, looking up at the sky. We just had the Perseid meteor shower that was, a couple weeks ago. And if you took the time to go and find a dark space and to go outside at night and paused and just looked up, if you watched the sky for an hour, you could see somewhere between maybe 40 and 100 meteors. And, we went to Zion in a designated dark space, woke up at 2:00 in the morning, laid on lounge chairs and just looked up for an hour. We counted 41 meteors. What a blessing. What a gift. I was grateful for that opportunity, for that moment. This video reminded me of how there's wonder all around us. We were talking, I told you about the Einstein quote, right? And then you're like, oh, my friend was just telling me about that. We were having a conversation the other day, and he's like, yeah, that's a great quote. So I know you heard it a couple of times in the last couple of days. And, no one wants to misquote Einstein, but I think it was something to the effect that there are only two ways to live your life. One is though nothing is a miracle, and the other is though everything is a miracle. That's one that's probably worth memorizing, but like I said, no one wants to misquote Einstein. So, I wrote it down, which I thought was kind of cool. Here's three words that Brother David shared that I thought was incredible. Open your heart. And then he said, and the rain was coming down, it probably was a fishing boat captain or something, I'm guessing, is going along. The rain's pouring off, going onto his face. And, in the video is open your heart and drink it in. Well, what if that expression was about life instead, right? Open your heart and drink it in. It's like, wow. I know maybe everybody's not in the same level of awe, of gratitude that you and I often find ourselves. But I think when we get them to slow down, like when you watch a video like this and then you have a conversation about it, I think you purposefully slow down. And when we slow down, everything changes. Michael, who contributed to your book, and he talks about how slow is smooth and smooth is fast, right? And he has a movement: pause, breathe, and reflect. How different would our lives be if we intentionally took the time every day to pause, breathe, and reflect? It's like, wow.
Well, watching a video like that keeps me going back to, gratitude is just all in remembering. So it's like, that's why you watch a video like that, it reminds you of all the good stuff, all the memories. I mean, you take, for example, it says, open your eyes and be a wonder that you have eyes to open. Like, what is that? What does that statement mean? What does that really mean? That means you are everything you've ever seen in your life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, like all that, right? Is through these eyes, like, because you can see. Like, it's a gift to be able to, even if you don't like what you're seeing, it's a gift to be able to see.
Yeah.
I mean, you take one step further, the ability to see allows you to move around in the world without having help. I mean, what a massive, you know what I mean? Like, that's, then we go technology moving forward. You think about guide dogs, right? How amazing is it that people can train dogs so that people that are blind can go out, or there's structures with the sticks, and there's different, the lights that are set up with the beeps so they know when to walk. Like, all these things are built in just to assist people that can't see. But me and you have been waking up for decades being able to see.
Yeah. And everyone that's here right now witnessing this, right?
Right.
This is a live stream. And there's some people, maybe they're just listening. That's possible. But the majority of people are watching. And we only talked about our eyes. I just said listening. You've got a headset on. How different is the life for someone who can't hear? Remember the little video clip that I sent you of the little boy who heard for the very first time? We probably should do that video someday, right? That might be a really good one for us to do.
I watched it again this morning and added it to that queue of lists. So yes,
did you?
I found the actual video on YouTube, so instead of the link on Twitter. So
that look on that little boy's face is just, you can just tell he's so crazy. I mean, just like, whoa, that's awe. That's pure awe. And from the innocence from a child as well, on top of it, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we definitely, like I said, I sent you earlier the one of Prince Ia one, but I want to watch that one too. But I'll tell you what's so great about the one, and we don't have to talk too much more about, because we definitely are going to watch it together. But the amazing thing about that video is you have the child who's in awe, and then you have the adult who's crying.
Yes.
Think about that, right? Like, there's the awe of what is this? Wow. To they understand. You know what I mean? Like, just the impact of finally hearing something, not in their life, but understanding what sound is and not knowing it.
Yeah.
And then you get this to see somebody's face. And just, again, that mirror reflection of, wow, I get to wake up. I've been, I can hear.
Yep.
What a gift.
Yeah.
I might not always like what I hear, but I get to hear, right? That's the gift. The gift is that you get to hear.
Yeah.
You can decide all you want if you don't like what you're hearing, or if you want to leave the room or turn the station down or whatever, right? But you get to hear, right?
Pretty interesting too. I think Brother David's like 95 or 96 now, probably, right?
Yep.
Been on the planet a while, experienced a few turns of the earth, if you will, right? Pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I think this video came out 4 years ago, I think, and
Yeah, and gratefulness as a gratefulness.org, I
gratefulness.org.
think, right? What a
Yeah.
great tribute that they've made available to his life. And who knows, I think one of the things, in the very beginning of the video, he talked about if you live this day as if it's both your first and last, you will have experienced a really great day. What if we just did that? I mean, there's so many different things that we could do as it relates to this video, but what if we just did that? What if when we woke up in the morning, we said, you know what? I know that today is the only day that's guaranteed to me. I only have now. Thank goodness, most of us will wake up tomorrow and experience the next day. And it's kind of interesting the way the whole time system was created. We can't go into debt on time. Isn't that kind of cool, right? We get 24 hours to live, and then tomorrow's held for us. It's kept for us, right? So it's impossible to go into debt. And we can't do anything about our past because it's behind us. We can use it as a place of reference to learn from. So all that really leaves is this moment. How different would all of our lives be if we just focused on being just a little bit more present, the way Brother David talked about being in the moment of the now? And of course, there's a ton of others out there that are talking about being present and being in the moment. But then you add gratefulness or gratitude to the equation. And then all of a sudden, I think you can maybe do like Einstein and Brother David suggests and just begin to experience everything as if it's a miracle.
I loved how you said yesterday as a fear of reference or learning, because that's the amazing thing about the past is we don't have to assign it as being our hell, right? It doesn't have to be at all.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a place of learning. It could be moments of joy, or just appreciating the peace of now, right? Even, right? Like, and as we spoke before, it's like the future is just an idea. When it arrives, it'll be the present. So if we're always looking to that future, we'll never, ever be in the present moment because we're always looking forward. When we get there, that's not where it is. We're always looking forward. It'll never, so this is the moment. I love the idea of what's the construct of just how do you wake up and appreciate these moments? Because again, they are all unique. They're all unique. They are all special. It's never going to happen again. It's not the same thing tomorrow. It's not. It might feel like it's the same thing you're doing, but it's not. Everything's different. So it's like, when you're with people, I guess if you can, another friend of mine would say when he's with somebody, he gets the mindset of like, I'll never see this person again. And it allows him to focus and be more present, to appreciate the whole experience opposed to so easily checking out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow. So, and you get, your brain starts going, you start thinking about, all of these different things. And like in the moment of processing just now, a memory. So we talked about how we remember, right? A memory popped in my mind, and I was thinking about what is one of the times when I really realized that somebody was absolutely in the moment and like expressed gratitude in that moment. I remember coming off of an elevator, and there was a gentleman coming off the elevator at the same time. So I reached my hand out and I held the door open. He came out of the elevator door and he was carrying, he had an oxygen tank behind him. And I just said, "Hey, how are you doing today?" He said, "Me? How am I doing?" He said, "I'm on the right side of the dirt. I'm having a great day." I was like, wow. And he probably was coming from the cancer center that was, up on the 4th floor where I was going. And it was just, what a moment, right? What a moment.
I'm on the right side of the dirt. I'm having a wonderful day, opposed to some people just saying, I'm here.
Yeah.
What a different feeling, right? What a different statement. I was working last week and I was like, if we're going to be here, let's enjoy our time because we're here anyways.
Yeah.
We get to decide if we're gonna. Yeah. If we get to decide, is this we want to say we're sitting in misery or we're gonna enjoy our company? Like we're here either way. Like
Exactly. And it's like when you asked me to do this, right? This was an idea. This popped. Like this idea, us being here together right now, was only an idea yesterday. It was just an idea, and it was an idea in the moment. Like literally, we watched this video and it's like, wow, we should get together and talk about this video. This video is so powerful. It's so moving. Why don't we get together for a few minutes and talk about it? And I'm like, I could have said no. Said no. But instead I said yes. And I really wasn't saying yes to this. I was saying yes to me. And if there's something I could get anyone that might be watching this to kind of think about is that everything that you say no to gives you an opportunity to say yes to something that's really important to you. So no is actually a bridge to yes. So think about that for a minute. What if I'd have said no to this instead of no to something else that I would have been doing at this exact same time, which made room for me to say yes to this? And that was because the video had me being in the moment. And as I processed how important a moment like this could be, it was easy for me to say yes. Yeah. Wow. Thanks for asking me to be a part of this, my friend.
Oh, yeah. For sure, man. I was thinking when I saw this video, my new friend Gobi is the one that recommended it, and we actually watched it. Me and Gobi watched it. He's like, "Why don't you just put it up?" And I was like, "Okay." We sat there and watched it. I was just like, "It's such an amazing video." And I'm thinking, "This is so great that this person shared this with me." And then we were technically all watching it at the exact same time, which does mean something. That's different. Yeah. It's different if yesterday was great. I could share it with you, but what if we were sitting down together and watching it in real time, right? What if we could have a conversation?
We did today, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We made it real. It was so cool.
Right. Again, I was thinking, what if I could do that every morning? What if I could build into this? That's what I was thinking. I should take the audio. I should put it on my phone, right? If I want a meditative moment of 5 to 6 minutes, let's just play his voice with the sound and just take that time to ground yourself and appreciate life. There's so much in it. And, but I appreciate you coming on the journey with me. I would have done it, me, I would have been a solo sailor either way.
I know you would have. I know you'd have been
this
right
is so
here.
Much better. This is so much better, though.
Instead of me talking to myself. One guy in the room, right? Yeah. Who wants to be the one guy in the room, right? It's way better when you have, someone else that you can share it with. It's so much better. Yeah.
Yeah, and the hope is we could do maybe something like this once a week, and then some people start to show up, and maybe they can make some comments and share what they're saying, and we can share those comments out, allow it to go. But I think it's been a great time. I think we've
perfect.
We've talked good here. Real briefly before we close up, I would love for you just to share a little 30 seconds to a minute about your book, please.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So that's actually pretty simple. My book, The Someday Solution, is all about embracing this moment. It really is. I was asked to get up off the couch and go experience a bike ride across Massachusetts. So basically the book captures my journey of going from sitting on a couch, not having a bike, to finding one, getting one, having one gifted to me to ride, completing a 192-mile 2-day ride across Massachusetts, and then discovering that there was a process involved in that. You don't just go from 0 to 192. And my commits pathway to progress was the gift that came from that book, and understanding that, You know, we can plug ourselves into a process or a framework, because if we try to plug ourselves into a system, oftentimes we don't fit in the system. But if it's a process or a framework where we just get to be us and we get to use the framework to guide us, then we can go from wherever it is that we are to exactly where we want to be. And that's really kind of what the book does. It allows you to plug yourself into a framework that will take you from wherever you are to exactly where you want to be, one day at a time.
Love that. I've read the book. I highly recommend it. It's a great book. Maybe in the future I can pull out my review and speak to that. My book, which I'm going to share real briefly, my most recent one is called Dear 2020: Letters to a Year That Changed Everything, and it's basically it allows people to give a different perspective on last year. And the great thing about perspective and reading other people's stories, it allows you as an individual to look at things differently. And I feel like any year, as in any day, has multiple colors. And if we can experience other people's experiences when they share, it allow us to put the right headspace to have perspective. And perspective is a massive component of gratitude. So if you like getting a little perspective and you're into gratitude, I highly recommend it. I'm Bobby. No, I'm not Bobby. I'm Chris. And that's Bobby over there. And we really appreciate you joining us. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. And we are out.